from the C-List Villains podcast. Welcome to Eman's World of Geek. Today is New Comic Book Day. Happy New Comic Book Day to everyone out there. I hope that you got what you wanted in your pull list. I hope you guys found the books that you were looking for, and I'm hoping that everyone got exactly what they wanted today for New Comic Book Day. I know some of you DC guys got your books yesterday, which is all right. No worries about that. I'm just glad that today is here, March 9th. Hey, you know what? Real fast, rest in peace to Biggie Smalls, greatest rapper of all time, died on March 9th. That's true. You know, one of the greatest rappers ever, unfortunately, passed away on this day over 20 years ago. So, you know what? If you're in a hip-hop mood, man, go ahead and listen to some Biggie Smalls, you know, today. Just to remember what he's contributed to hip-hop. Well, anyway, we're not talking hip-hop. We're talking New Comic Book Day, and I'm glad that, you know, I get to do this real fast. It's going to be a quick video. Hey, man, my boy Ruby G's up in here. Dude, what's going on? Cowabunga fam, I'm glad you're up in here, baby boy. What up? So it's going to be a quick video, you know, on these New Comic Book Day hauls. I've been trying to do it real quick and live. That way I don't really do too much editing. I've been playing around with some editing lately just to see, you know, how my videos are going to be looking like. You know, I have this new fancy setup that I'm trying to compete with Chip. Chip, you inspired me to make sure that my videos look just as solid as you. So shout out to the White Shadow himself, Chip Getler, my friend. You've inspired me. You got me wanting to do this right here. So, real fast, like I said, I just want to do a quick little haul video, show you guys exactly what I ended up getting today. And bros, sisters, I am extremely happy over what I picked up today. And if you don't follow me, I'm going to let you guys know towards the end of the video what I'm most excited to read. Well, I'm not going to lie. I've actually read them already because I'm that big of a fan. I was able to get, you know, copies ahead of time. Thanks to our good friends of the C-List Villains. I'll tell you guys in a little bit what who they were and what it was. Let's go ahead and get started with this video, man. I really want to show you guys exactly what I ended up picking up this week. This week I picked up 10 books. What I've been doing also is I've been trying to lay off some of the variants, but it's a variant heavy week. I think I'm only technically reading 5 books this week, and I picked up another 5 variants, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what those books are. So let's go ahead and get things started. I'm super happy that this character is back in the limelight. I wasn't a fan of her last 2 volumes. Just for some reason, they just didn't hit right. But when I saw that this book was coming out, I actually ordered this from BTC. I ordered the Virgin variant, the David Nakayama cover, slabbed. I don't really usually buy slabbed books, but this one I was like, you know what? I have some BTC credit. Let me go ahead and hit up Big Time Collectibles. So we're gonna start off with Gwenverse number 1. I'm looking forward to this. This looks like it's gonna be a fun read, you know. And with all the multiverse things that's happening right now, why not do Gwen? So she's technically a multiverse kind of a character, right? In Spider-Verse 2, she came through as Spider-Woman instead of Peter Parker. So with all the multiverse stuff happening in the MCU and then throughout all of Marvel, why not do that with Gwen? Have a Gwen-centric multiverse type book. So I'm super looking forward to that one right there. That's right. Look at that. Wana Kayama. Moving on, this is also one of my solid picks. Every month I love reading this right here. 7 Secrets. This is number 15, man. This has been a consistently amazing read by Tom Taylor, art from Daniela De Nicuolo. If you're not on 7 Secrets, honestly, you need to jump on it. It's pure 007 group action. Wait, hold on. Wait, not like that. Wait, hold on. I know 007 is kind of a playboy or whatnot, but we're not talking about that kind of group action. Get your mind out of the gutter, you guys. But yeah, 7 Secrets, after what we found out in the last issue, you know, with Casper showing off his wings, like some crazy stuff is happening. I'm really pissed off at Kanto. It was one of those things where from the very beginning I was like, Kanto, there's something about you, and he confirmed it, and now it's like this whole thing going on. between Amon Kanto and the group with Ava and with Casper. It's been nuts. Who's gonna get the next secret? Who unveiled? What was that second secret that was unveiled? Because we're supposed to keep that quiet, but yet punk ass Eman went ahead and unleashed it on Casper, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't do any, too much damage. So we'll see what happens. A little bit of spoilers, but if you're not reading it, then don't worry. I'm trying to get you to read it. Seven Secrets is a phenomenal read. I love it. Next, right here, Radiant Red, and I don't know why I keep picking up the Radiant books. I already know her origin story. We kind of already got what her origin story was, I believe, in Radiant Black number 8 or 9, when it was her story. We find out in that issue that she's having problems. Her boyfriend's having problems. Kind of like a deadbeat, but she's the one who's doing all the work. So she ended up getting the Radiant Red suit, and then now she's going off robbing banks, but she's robbing banks not to be a bad person, it's to catch up with the bills because her boyfriend's a deadbeat. Like, this is a total, okay, I guess this could be totally relatable to some people out there, in a sense that, you have someone and you're taking care of them and you're doing everything you need to sustain your lifestyle, but it's because that one person ain't doing shit. It's kind of like what she's going through. Here, look, here's how you would upgrade your life. Leave them. If you're in one of those shitty relationships where it's like, oh, I'm doing all the work and they ain't doing nothing, he's being a deadbeat and not, leave. People can get lazy, that I understand. But if you're with someone who just has zero ambition, doesn't want to leave. So let's see what happens with Radiant Red. I want to know what happens with her. Is she going to leave her man? What kind of adventures is she going to get into? The Radiant world is real peculiar to me. So we'll see what happens with that one right there. Monkey Meat number 3. This is an anthology. The first issue I absolutely loved. It was insane. It's about, an owner of a monkey meat company who literally cans monkey meat, and it's monkeys that are canning the meat. It's so twisted and diabolical. The last issue was okay, but I want to know what this one is, to see what this one is all about. The last issue had a little bit of a tie to the first one, but it was still kind of like its own story. And this is an anthology series, so each book is going to be its own. However, there's some tie-in, so it's still probably be worth reading issues 1 and 2 just to get a little bit of context with number 3 right there. I was looking forward to this book the moment it was announced. So anyone who follows me knows that lately, over the last 3 years, I've been loving what Jeff Lemire has been putting out. Jeff Lemire's stuff is fantastic in my opinion, and anything that he writes, I'm gonna jump on. So I have to. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to stay away from variant covers, but I had to. So I got Little Monsters, cover A, cover B, cover C. I want to know everything about this right here. We're talking about young kids, vampires living in a world. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I know. It's a vampire, little kid vampires in a world. We're going to see what happens. I like the direction that Lemire takes us in with a lot of his books, so I was looking forward to that. With art by Dustin Nguyen. Dustin Nguyen's on point with his art, too, and I believe they worked together on another book in the past. I completely forgot which one it was. I think it was one of the Ascender Descender books, which is something that I never picked up, and I know it's a fantastic read. I probably should go out and find like a trade, or if anyone has like an extra trade of Ascender and Descender, let me know. Let's work out a deal. I definitely would like to read those books right there. Hit me up. Let me know. Drop a comment down below, and let me know if you guys have any extra Ascender and Descender books, or trades, most preferably trades, so that way I can go ahead and read those right there, because those sound fantastic. And yes, what's going on, brother John? Good stuff, my brother. No, man, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you showing up. I gotta get going here in just a little bit. I have a meeting that I'm supposed to run out to. White Tiger, he's telling me that Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen have done a lot of books together. They have. I know they have. And I gotta go back, and I'm relatively late to the comic book game, you guys. I just started rereading again, like in 2014. I didn't really find my stride until 2019. It has been just, I can only pick and choose certain books, and I feel like, jumping on, I think it was Ascender was the second series. I couldn't read that because I felt like I needed to watch or read the previous one, or whatever. The second one came out when I started reading again. I felt like I needed to go back and find the first one. I never, went back to that right there. So I'm gonna check that out. You're all right. Telling me that Robin and Batman too. Um, let's take a look, Brother John. What's going on? So, final books that I want to share with you guys. This is something that I've been waiting for. Literally been waiting for since last year. This book originally was announced to have a second season being released like in the fall of 2021. It never happened. Understandably, pandemic was acting up. It was really hard to get work done. It was really hard to be around anything. But it was one of those things where you're gonna get the work done. You're gonna get the work done when you can get the work done. I would rather have the quality of work come out, and I'm extremely happy with what I've seen because I've already read these books right here. And I'm going to tell you now, it's setting up. It has the same tone as the previous series. It has the same dimness of the previous series. Like at the end, you're like, oh my God, there's going to be so much hope. But then there's so much despair again. It's almost like things have elevated, right? It started here and then it got here. And now this is the bar and now it got raised again. I am talking about my favorite series, We Live, Age of the Palladions. It's out. We finally have it. Inaki and Roy Miranda have finally released the most anticipated comic book, in my opinion, of 2022 because of what happened last year at the beginning of 2021 when we got We Live #5, where we got introduced to the Palladians in such a fantastic way, where they gave us a story of despair, of sadness, and then it just turned into hope. And then we got introduced to brand new superheroes in a way that Marvel and DC could never do ever again. We're finally getting the stories behind the Palladians and Age of the Palladions White, and I had to get that cover B right there too. But if you're picking up black, or if you're picking up white, why not pick up black? Ended up picking up black also. Also, I've read this right here. And of course, I got the cover B. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And keep an eye out because I have a mail call coming with a shitload of exclusives regarding this right here. But real fast, my review. I'm going to give you guys a quick little review of Age of Palladions White and Age of Palladions Black. Black, I'm going to say this. I felt Black was one story. It was about the story of the city. It was about the story about the people. It was about the story. It was a story about trying to get these beacons to power back up. It's about trying to get these power supplies to come back up because the city's not being protected. Now there's this big shield that protects the city, and these monsters they come out of these things called mother cenotes. Monsters come out of the hole in the ground and they're just gobbling up all the power lines. And the people of Megalopolis 9, they're like, we're dying, things aren't happening correctly over here, we need to get out of here. And then you have these two people, it seems like they're part of the military and the government in one way. They're trying to do their best to make sure that everyone stays safe because everyone wants to migrate to another Megalopolis, #2, I believe. And so one of the books is all about them trying to piece this together and asking for help. Like, we need people here. We need the Palladians, more of the Palladians, because what we have right now, it's not working. They keep powering down too quickly, and we're not able to get to the outside lines in time to get them reconnected, to power the grid back up, to power the shield. So there's the despair. You're like, oh my God, dude, what's going on now? Like I thought we had all this hope, but now it seems like things are getting worse. And then We Live, Age of the Palladions White. Now we're looking back at Hototo and Tala's story, where they're at 6 years later. Hototo's grown up. He's one of the Palladians. There's 5 Palladians in here. The design of some of them are awesome. I love Hototo's design. The Zodiac has a really cool design. War Girl's got a decent design. There's another big dude. There's another person I completely forgot. But the two that I really gravitated to the most was Hototo's Dragon and Zodiac. I think those are like the cool ones right there. Now they all have their specialties. They all have their special powers. And then in this story, it's all about them going on a mission to try to connect the lines that help power the shield. So you're seeing it from 2 different points of view. Yes, the Mirandas could have just done one thick book. Yes, it could have been just a quick $10 book, 60 issues or 80 issues, whatever it is. But instead, they went ahead and gave us two beautifully illustrated books with. Come on, I'm going to open this one up for sure. But they gave us two books with absolutely beautiful, beautiful covers. That's black right there. The fold out right there. This is gorgeous. And then, right, so we have black right there. I'm going to show you white. I think white is just as beautiful. I can't tell you which cover I love the most. I truly do love both of them. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to kiss any Miranda ass. I'm not out here saying, oh, because the Mirandas are friends of the show. I truly love the We Live series. Everyone's got a Batman. Everyone's got a Superman or Spider-Man. You guys were there from the beginning. You guys were there to start a story or jumped on like at a pivotal point in a major comic was an X-Men. This is my jumping on point, you guys. I want to say this is probably the first comic book that I truly love with We Live. I'm pointing over here because I have the trade paperback up there. And look, we got the A cover. This is gorgeous. It's gonna be like this. I'm probably gonna get another one, and I'm gonna display these up here somehow, open. I'm not even gonna protect it. I'm not gonna do it because these deserve to be looked at in one way or another, and I'm gonna have them stretched out somehow, some way. I'm gonna find a way to have black and white just right back there because I truly love it, and this is the beginning of another adventure. I'm gonna tell you that in my opinion, I feel like there are elements of Attack on Titan. A lot of anime elements in here. There's elements of Ultraman. There's elements of what else? Attack on Titan, Ultraman, even Evangelion, in my opinion. I brought this up to Inaki and Roy when we interviewed them on the C-List Villains podcast not too long ago. That because they mentioned in the synopsis that, they have to be powered up and they have to recharge, it reminded me of how the Avas needed to be charged and they can only be used for a certain amount of time. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, it's actually a pretty good way to look at it. Yeah, I didn't think of it. It's not, but I see why. That's actually, pretty cool that, I was able to spot that. So I'm really going to press for We Live out there. And it's cool because you can jump on with black and white and there'll be a little bit of a backstory, but just knowing moving forward, just know that the city's in despair. Humbo is back. That was our boy from the previous series, and we thought that we lost the boat. He ends up coming back, and he's kind of like kind of goes out and keeps an eye out on people, not people, but keeps an eye out on the environment to see what's good, what's not, how to do this, how to do that. He's trying to help out the government by bringing out these portable beacons to help power the Palladions while they're away from the power source because they need a certain amount of power in order to continue on doing what they're doing. And Humbo's out there, he's trying to get these portable beacons so that way they can get powered up while they're in the field. So there's a lot going out, a lot to be, to deconstruct with this right here, but pick it up. We Live. Number 2 is going to be the continuation, and it's only going to be one number 2. It's 2 number 1s, and then it's going to go into one story. It's going to be number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So keep an eye out right there. Subscribe. Go get those right there, you guys. I gotta get going. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks to everyone for coming by and hanging out. Thanks to our boy White Tiger, and thanks to Brother John for hanging out. And thanks to everyone that watches this on the rewind. Now remember, I do co-host the C-List Villains podcast. New episodes come out every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, only on YouTube. Remember, C-List Villains podcast, cultivators of the comic culture. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Until the next issue. Deuces.